So many awesome games being demolished, and even a race of one of my favorite Capcom Disney gems. What more could you ask for? Oh, I know. Put this towards that train wreck of a game, Superman 64. And let's check out where that's at. Oh, it's continuing to climb, folks. Superman 64 is a bonus game that we'll be playing in the setup block number 2. It's got a $30,000 donation total that we need to meet, and we are currently at $14,307. So, when you make a donation, no matter the amount, make sure to scroll down to the bottom of the page and assign your money toward whatever incentive you like. If you don't know where to put it, you could dump it towards Superman, which needs a lot of love. We also still have that hotly contested Battletoads choice for PJ to play in Battletoads Arcade coming up pretty soon here. Rash is currently still in the lead, having taken over in a surprising turn of events. He's at $1,590 with Pimple at $1,144, and Zitz hanging out in third at $1,007. So if you feel strongly about Toads and facial acne or whatever, put your money towards that. All right, let me just quickly remind you why we are all here doing all this work. We are here to raise money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And I will tell you a little bit more about the Prevent Cancer Foundation after this next run. We are ready for that. I'm going to kick it over to the couch for Guerrilla War. Let's hear it for these guys. Here we go.
RottDawg. All right. We got Guerrilla War right here. Amazing NES game. Very fun to play, especially co-op. So we're going to do a co-op any % run of Guerrilla War. I'm Whitman Price. We got RottDawg here. I guess the couch if you want a quick roll call, and then we'll get started.
Virus, Enemy.
Toad, 2244, and Angry Lynx.
Excellent. All right, the timer's going to start when we begin motion in the first level. I guess, Toad, do you mind doing the countdown?
Oh, for sure. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Guerrilla War.
That's a good countdown.
Yeah, I do my best. All right, a little known fact about our protagonists in this game. I believe the first player is Che Guevara, and the second player is Fidel Castro, as you're wandering through Cuba trying to liberate it.
Checks out.
Yeah, it checks out. Now, normally here in a single-player run, you'd want a tank right away because the tanks go incredibly faster, but as you see in the co-op run, they skip all the early tanks because if one person gets a tank, they're going to fly way farther ahead of the other player, and it's just not gonna help out in the end. So what's going to happen here is they're going to just wait to get the last tank in the stage because it's just too invaluable against the first stage boss. A lot of the strats in this game come down to pretty typical run and gun overhead strats. There's be a lot of lag reduction. All right, here's the first boss here. Some general pops out of the house and takes a tank to the face, and then the helicopter does the same.
Yep.
That's first stage.
Yep. One cool thing about the tank is when you actually get in it, the single player behind it kind of gets shielded by the tank, so you'll see us use that mechanic somewhat here.
Yeah, in this stage there's going to be a lot of shielding for the second player out of the tank. Another bonus here is that you see the person in the tank has the spread bomb weapon here, and that does an immense amount of damage on bosses, so it's good to have that for all the bosses.
Pig.
You will see wonderful pigs flying by every now and again. But yeah, a lot of the strats you're going to see here are just pure lag reduction strats, and they're kind of staying on the same kind of line because it is the fastest way to go. All right, nice. Good mini boss kill there. Another thing to note about the tanks in this game, they do actually have limited fuel. You won't see him so much in this mode, but all the POWs around tied up, the yellow POWs that you can accidentally kill. But if you actually collect them when you're in a tank, that will add to your fuel time. And it's just pretty important to get it through some of the stages here. All right, we're gonna see this boss get tanked, literally. All right, that's second stage boss. Well done. Yeah, the tank when it gets hit actually has that kind of blinking noise, and while you're blinking like that, you can't actually be hurt anymore in it before it blows up. And as you saw, I got inside the boss's hitbox there and took him out. This stage is the kind of where it opens up a little bit. You got a little more weaving overall. You got the water effect here to slow you down a lot. Again, our two players are going to try to follow along as much as they can side by side with each other and weave their way through the enemies here. The thing to note about the upcoming boss, this is actually completely timed. They will be taking an intentional game over on this boss to get their lives up, because there's about 42 seconds where they just have to wait for the boss to actually spawn. It's kind of like a survival, a wave boss where they just keep sending enemies after enemies at you. So while that boss happens, you could probably fit a donation or two in here. All right, so we so here's the boss. You're gonna see it's kind of a clown sub as the guys come flying over and over again out of the top of it. You can see they're swapping off to take their game overs and refill their lives. This is important because game overing in mid-stage is pretty rough in this game. Overall, but only in co-op, because overall, every time you game over, you have unlimited continues, and the checkpoint is exactly where you died. It's a little different in co-op, so this is why they take the intentional game over individually. And we're waiting for a red soldier to pop out of the top here. It started with the green. The yellow ones can shoot and toss grenades. And then the red one's going to cut. There he is. This is the one you got to take out. And in two-player, he goes out fast. But we move up on the sub, and there's a couple of turrets here. One. And then they're just going to run right into it and blow them up again, and that's a stage 3 boss.
Yeah, you can just tear through the bosses with 2 players. There's a few levels where it saves a lot of time in the co-op versus the 1 player.
All right, I believe this is the last stage that they're going to have any kind of a tank interaction for the rest of the run. It likes to tease you early and then take away the coolness of the tank. But you got to be careful. When you're in the tank, any individual rocket at all that hits you will cause your tank to start counting down to explode. And you need it a lot to, as you can see here, they're doing the shields strats to keep player 2 alive.
Oh.
Unfortunate there. But there's a lot of bobbing and weaving. You also got to watch out when you're in the tank for the mines on the ground. They will also hit you, and you will instantly be in the blinking explosion stage. All right, there's a lot of more stage to go here if we have any donations.
We certainly do. We've got $64 from Wraith108, who says, Superman 64, I am in. My hope is that it is played on an atomic green N64 by a runner named Peter wearing a Batman hoodie. Cheers.
And as you can see, this boss here, you beat it and they just kind of throw you to the next stage.
Yes. Yeah, Guerrilla War has a lot of fun enemies, music, a lot of really cool things about it, and it's a very unique game as far as the bosses.
All right, this is a complete auto-scroller, so if you got some donations to go,
I
great
do.
time to read them.
All right, we've got $5 from Chris125, who says, Mister, you inspired me. I already bought my morning coffee, but take my money for tomorrow's fix. I know it's not much, but I hope others will do the same. I hope to hear many more people ask you to #TakeMyCoffee. And we've got $5 from Mox, who says, I used to love playing Snake Rattle and Roll with my bro when I was a kid. Glad to see it ruined on AGDQ, referencing Dexter's run there. We've got $50 from Sumeria, who says, so many fond memories of the NES and compelling arguments for the cause of donation. Good luck to all.
All right, they're going to come up to a boss here shortly after the auto-scroller ends. They want to kind of stay to the left here and you just shoot through these enemies really quickly. They're going to line up on the side of the train and just kind of execute it really nicely. There it goes. Nice quick kill.
Yeah, really quick kill there. You actually take a death and it lets you respawn inside of the sprite of the enemy, so you can get a ton of really quick hits on them while you're still invincible.
Right, well done. This is when it's going to start being a little more critical that they stay really tight and they only kill certain kinds of enemies. Because as you see, this game spawns like hundreds upon hundreds of enemies, and it is dependent on which enemies have already died and which are already on the screen still. So you're going to see him bob and weave, and sometimes intentionally keep some enemies alive. Maybe stop a little bit, have some bullets clear them. And sometimes they just won't even kill anything at all and try to run past everything, because it's just faster that way. Alright, they got a tricky tank section here that they've handled wonderfully. You're going to see another return from those two giant guys who just love whipping your protagonist here over their head and just throwing them into the next stage. Okay, they took a bit of a safe strat here. Instead of both going up the middle, player 2 decided to stay to the left and just kill the tanks as it came across. And that's the end of that stage.
There we go.
That's so silly. It's great.
The best way to get in the sewers, just have somebody throw you. But I think we'll be seeing those guys again, and I don't think they're going to throw us next time.
Ooh. Alright, this is another critical stage when it's going to be about lining up correctly and only killing certain kind of soldiers. Yeah, we can have a few more donations.
All right. Let's see here. We've got... Here is my $5 plus 3 extra donations from Anonymous. Been watching for a long time, and I love the event and all the work you guys do for the charity. Shout outs to all of those behind the scenes, keeping everything rolling as smoothly as possible. $50 from The Bad Gamer, who says, second time donator this year because I heard that we can see a master mode run of Breath of the Wild, so I couldn't resist. So here you go.
All right, they're like even the POWs in these missions, you can rescue them or leave them to manipulate enemy spawns, which is important. This is going to be another timed boss coming up, but I believe it's more on how many soldiers have been killed. So you're going to see them separate and kill them as fast as possible. They even take out the POWs here because they take up a soldier space on the screen. And then you saw player 2 there took a game over, so he can fill up on his lives going into the next level.
Yeah. This is an interesting one because in one-player mode, it's very important to collect the power-ups as they spawn because there's a sprite limit. But in two-player mode, the enemies spawn a little bit slower because I think the extra character actually counts towards that sprite limit. So it makes this a little bit slower with 2 players, but still, that was really good overall.
That was a really good boss. Alright, as you see here, we are going further into the city. Again, this time you're going to have to deal with a bunch of helicopters coming at them. Which you have to ease up and kind of and take out as they come along, because normally you could actually loop around here in one player fairly tight on some of these corners and just kind of ignore the helicopters, but as you can see there, they picked up one of the upgrades that gave their grenade kind of a screen clearing effect.
Nice.
And they end up taking out everything on the screen. I see right there they cut it really tight, precise around that corner, and they were able to skip the helicopter without killing it. It is extremely important to make sure you don't effectively kill all the enemies on the screen, because you would just keep spawning more, and it's just going to cause more lag. Alright, what they're going to try for this boss is to get really close to it and try to kill it extremely fast by the time it hits the bottom of the screen. Almost. Still, really good kill.
Yep.
to be the second to last mission here. This one's exceptionally tricky because there's a lot of tank spawns in this level, and if you don't have the right kind of upgrade, you're gonna kind of get stuck with grenades and kind of get stuck getting slow. So it's integral that they keep at least one of the players here with a missile kind of upgrade. And again, you can see them skipping so many of the troops here. Okay, that was some really tight movement there. That was really good. We can have another donation.
All right. Got $10 from Left Boy, who says, here's 2 coffees worth of donations from me and my girlfriend. Greetings from Denmark and keep up the good work. I should mention, I'm seeing that donation total climb, which is awesome because I'm getting a lot of smaller donations, and that's just what we need. Keep them coming, guys.
Excellent. Excellent to hear. All right, this boss, they're going to try to stay in the boss just below his hitbox and spam grenade. They did it perfectly.
Nice.
2 cycle. Great job.
There you go, final stage.
Yep, we are approaching the final stage.
Yeah, this level's interesting. The first part, not too bad to get through the pattern with 1 player, but with 2 players, it could be pretty tight. So we're just going to hold our breath and hope we make it through.
And on this, you use some visual cues with the ground. You want to really stay on certain lines in this stage and let a lot of enemies go by you and stay on the screen and chase you. Because if you do not let them chase you, they'll actually spawn worse enemies that will just run right into you and keep shooting missiles and such. You can see they're trying to get around them, but it's pretty tight in this area in 2 players because you kind of have to stay right on top of each other. All right, they're going to have to take out a turret up here ahead to advance. They can skip the rest of the turrets, but now they're on the final boss. And in order to beat this boss, you actually have to eliminate all 4 turrets before you can hurt the main boss up there who will be shooting at you in a second. And he spams missiles and grenades like crazy. But in 2-player, you should be able to do mucho amounts of damage to this guy, and he should go down rather quickly.
Nice.
And there he is.
There we
He
go.
is dead, and time is when it stops moving, and that's time.
Nice.
Nice job, guys.
Great job. That was
What's
a
up?
great run.
14:30.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
14:32.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Wow.
That was really good.
That was great, guys. That was an amazing run.
Yeah, super fun game. I mean, even the credits in this game are awesome. Toad, amazing commentary. Thank you so much, guys, on the couch. Really appreciate it. Yeah, awesome game. I guess I'm going to be doing Turtles next will be good. This ending scene, if we get a chance to see it, that's great. If not, we'll move on. But keep an eye on the credits. And if you have never played this game before, definitely check it out, play it, and give your props to Uncle Boo Boo, who made it all happen.
Yeah, this game has a lot of little cheeky, small parts about it that it just add a little bit of comedy that's really enjoyable, and that's why it's part
really
of such a fun run. Yeah, that was an excellent run. That's kind of why we had the little pig guy join us on the couch here.
There is a pig again.
Yep.
The hero of the game.
Of course, of course. But yeah, excellent run. There it is.
Yep. Guerrilla War, amazing SNK game. They made a lot of these, like Ikari Warriors, which is kind of a terrible game. This one, amazing. They also made Iron Tank, so a lot of these fun top-down kind of run-and-gun shooter games. And there's Uncle Boo Boo.
Shout out to Uncle Boo Boo.
Uncle Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Shout out to Yogi. Lag-based.
Yeah, well, Yogi loves his lag-based games. All right,
Yeah, we
GG.
did it. And yeah, we saved Cuba from the revolution, so it's a happy ending for all.
Yay. Hey, great job, guys.
Great job.
Thanks.
Nicely done by Whitman Price and RottDawg there. Just gonna call out the prizes we have available. We've got the AGDQ 2018 sketchbook by our one and only LLK. And we've got, that is for a $30 donation. Don't forget, we've got the Horror AGDQ banner also by LLK for a $50 donation. You can put in the drawing for that. Got an original NES with an EverDrive N8 that you can get in the drawing for just with $20, as well as those Chip and Dale Perler magnets you'll see on screen there with just a $5 donation. So plenty of awesome prizes available. And with that, this is eMister signing off. It has been a pleasure and an honor to be with you. I'm going to be turning it over in just a moment to the one and only Bob the Ninja Goldfish. And we're going to be back after this quick break. We'll see you guys later.
It has been 2 years and a whole lot of health issues since I've been able to sit here and say, my name is Bob the Ninja Goldfish, and welcome back to AGDQ. It feels so good to be back amongst the best damn community in the world, raising money for amazing causes. So let's get back to doing exactly that and reading out some of these donations that we have to back out. So, Dead Ringer 21 gives us $5 and say, how does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. Boo. Here's my $5. Hashtag take my coffee. Hobbit Bilboman. Bilbo Man. Nah, Bilbo Man's funnier. $100. Great to see the retro crew destroying these games. Keep destroying it and kick cancer's butt. Internet Math Man. $5. If you added up all the donations less than $10 throughout the whole week, you'd get hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why we've got lots of money. These small donations work. That's the power of crowdsourcing. Take it from me. I'm a guy on the internet who claims to do math for a living. I want to underline, if you can't donate, that's not a bad thing. Do us a favor. Get on your Twitter, get on your Facebook, share us out. Use the hashtag AGDQ2018. Let people know the marathon's going on. Even if you can't donate, someone else might see it and they might be able to come in and drop some money on their end. So, we still have Rash in the lead for the Toad choice. Pimple in second place. We have Zitz in third. We have No Suit currently winning the Metroid Suit choice race. We're about halfway to meeting Superman 64, because I think everybody wants to see more Superman 64. It may be bad, but everybody wants to see it. So let's start seeing some money coming towards those, and let's move on with some more donations. I have a $150 donation from Jaden, who says, long time watcher, first time donator, inspired by everybody giving $5. I wanted to do my part and maybe spot a few people who couldn't give. Here's to that terrible, terrible game. Superman deserved better. I can't wait to see somebody destroy it. Kaligoma 154 gives us $25 and says, $5, here's my part, and put some more towards the Dishonored bonus run. Greetings from Dubai, and thank you for the amazing job every year. It is more than our pleasure. All right. So I think it is about time for us to get onto the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles run. So let me hear it out there in the crowd for Whitman. Woo!
Go Whit.
No. We can do better than that. Let me hear it for Whitman. That's what I'm talking about. Take it away, Whitman, and good luck.
All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I mean, now that we got the hard game out of the way, we can play something easy here. So I'm going to play TMNT. I'm sure everything will go perfect. But actually, there is an audio cue at the very beginning when I press start, so if everybody would be a little bit quiet. But then once I get going on the action screen, we'll be good to go. So if I press start on the right frame at the beginning, then we're going to have some magic happen. And if we press start at the wrong frame at the beginning, then we're going to have just a little less magic. So either way, you're getting something good. So I'm going to go ahead and power on, power off. Then I'm going to try to do the audio cue, and I'll count us down when to start the timer. Three, two, one, go.
All right.
Go Whitman.
There we are. All right, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. First game on the NES. It's known for being very difficult, but hopefully we can prove that wrong today. Really great game. A little bit underrated. It's a very fun game to play casually. A lot of different elements to it, and it's really a great speedrun as well. So for this first boss, we're killing Bebop pretty quickly there, but I did take a lot of damage. That's actually on purpose, because in this game, when you're below half health, you actually get an attack boost with every turtle except for Raph. And that's because Raph is, well, he just doesn't get the boost. All right, so now we're going to pretty much be Don for most of the game. If you're familiar with this game, you know Don is kind of overpowered. He actually has the strongest attack as well as the best range. So we're going to use Don pretty much as we can. We will go through some sections where we use other turtles for certain reasons, but mostly it's going to be Donatello's show, and then everybody else is just there for support. All right, so we're going to the boss fight here. There's actually been some new strats found recently to make that part a little bit quicker, but the boomerang guys are kind of random when they throw boomerangs, so I had to play it a tiny bit safe there to make sure I didn't get hit. But there's actually a strat that Skunky48 found, and he's the record holder of this game now, and you can actually jump up to the left really quick there if you do it. But either way, good level 1, our health is good, pretty fast, so we're in good shape to go for level 2. At the beginning of this level, there's actually an interesting trick you do. I call kind of a extended jump up to the ledge. You're not supposed to be able to make it up here, and obviously I did make it there, or there. All right, we're gonna climb the ladder because extended jumps are overrated. It's a speedrun trick. I really should have been playing this glitchless, obviously, so I almost forgot that would be a glitch.
That is the true category for this game, glitchless.
Yep. Yeah, but the extended jump, essentially you kind of get your